Hey everybody, welcome to the discussion board. Last week we may have actually set some records for the number of posts, all of you and myself included, in discussion. And that's a good thing. That's a fantastic thing. I can't tell you how happy I am to see like the number count of all the posts go up and up and up and up. And the reason that is I think we're getting into some very interesting topics. We're getting into some topics that really stretch how we think about things, that are forcing us maybe to look at different perspectives, but also they can just be fun. Here it is, folks. You're in college and you're kind of having fun, and that's a good thing. That's a wonderful thing. In fact, these are the kinds of things. I'm a broken record about this, but these are the kinds of things that help us to build community. And in an online class like this, we need to build online community, just to get people to be more comfortable around each other. That's why we have Microsoft Teams, and you have your own class team in Teams, so you can reach out to each other. Those things matter. But I just want you to know I've been very encouraged by what I've been seeing the past few weeks, and I've been very impressed by the depth at which many of you will go in some of these topics. Like, you'll really get in depth here. You'll really stretch yourselves and really challenge yourself and challenge your classmates. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're going to continue on with that this week. We got three topics again. There's a couple that are, I think, really going to be pique your interest very quickly. We will have one on Microsoft Excel. And this one's a good one too. It's challenging us to think outside the box a little bit with Excel. How are you, basically, going to use Excel, or how can you use Excel outside of a workplace setting or a school setting? At home, for instance, could you use it to put together meal prep and meal lists? Dietary restriction kinds of things. Could you use it as a Christmas wish list, or all sorts of things like that? Really be creative here and try to come up with some examples of how you could put Excel to good use outside of school and work. The other one is going to be another quote. And this is by another philosopher, but not a 17th century French philosopher, but a 20th century Canadian philosopher named Marshall McLuhan. He was also an expert like in media and media studies. He is often credited as coming up with the concept of the internet and the web, decades before it actually was created. A fascinating guy. And he has a really interesting quote here, largely kind of along the lines of some of the things we've talked about kind of the impact of living our lives online. And the quote talks about, the more we live, the more the data banks record about us, the less we exist. That's basically the quote. And by data banks, what he means is computer servers, right? So the question is that accurate? Is that not? The more we're kind of putting ourselves out there online, the less we exist in real life. That's kind of what he's saying. Okay. Very interesting, very thought provoking quote. The third topic is another really interesting one, and it has to do with technology, broadly speaking, not just web technology. And it's essentially looking at the future of technology and the economy. We think of things like automation, right? Like a McDonald's being automated. So there are fewer people there, but it's a heck of a lot easier to get your food, right? You press the buttons on the kiosk or something like that. So we're thinking of technology in general, not just specific automation kind of stuff. But basically, the question is, what impact on the economy and on jobs and on our future careers, what impact is there going to be because of all of this emerging technology and kind of the rapid progression that we're seeing with technology of all sorts all around us? So, three topics, three very interesting ones. I'm looking forward to seeing what y'all have to say. Thanks.